Hi there, YouTube. It is I, the one, the only, Naudia Exotica. I'm accompanied by a warm cup of tea, and I've referenced this tea before on my channel, and I finally am showing what it is. You probably can't read it, but it's by Good Earth. It's probably super not going to focus. It's called Sweet and Spicy. Yay! It focused. It's called Sweet and Spicy Original. It's fantastic. It has some beautiful things in it. Cinnamon, sweet orange, lemongrass, peppermint, anise seed, ginger, caffeine free. And it's really, really good. So it's one of my favorites, but I'm realizing now I put it in a plastic cup because everyone's sleeping, so I don't want to be like fussing around with dishes. I don't want to put it in the sink. I don't want to make a loud noise. So I put it in a little cup like that, but it's very hot. So I don't know, it's too hot to sip right now. But also super random before we start, I'm wearing this wonderful jacket that was gifted to me by this woman who was in a thrift store. This had to have been about 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I don't even know. Or was it last year? I don't remember. I really don't remember. The year before, I can't remember when. I don't think it was last year. But, or maybe it was. I really don't know. This was gifted to me by a random lady in a thrift store who saw me, and we just sparked up a conversation. By the way, this is a story time within a story time. Okay, I'm going to get to it. But we sparked up a convo. She had this wonderful get up on. She was in full feather, and she stopped she stopped me mid-sentence and was like, I have an outfit for you. I'm like, huh? Wait, what do you mean? She's like, come to my house whenever you can and come and get this outfit. And I'm like, okay. Honestly, I was like dumbfounded. And she wrote in the card that this outfit had seen many, because it comes with pants that match. She said this outfit has seen many of Grateful Dead concerts. And she was talking about her husband who had just passed away, and she was such an eccentric soul, and I was so here for it. I'm like, I love your energy, lady. She was like this probably late 50s, early 60s woman, and she was decked out. She was like a future me. Oh my goodness. But anyways, I also wanted to say, I swear I'll be a broken record. I want to say thank you so much for the subscribers, for the likes, comments, everything. I am so grateful, and I see the traction that my live streams are getting. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's truly so, it's an honor. It makes me so happy. So thank you for joining my little corner of the internet, where I talk about a bunch of different not so polite things at times, right? But hey, so it goes. This video is going to be a story time, and it's actually another not so polite thing, but it's strictly business, right? You just never know who you're going to come across in the industry. For those who don't know, I am a pre-operative transgender webcam model. I use the term webcam model loosely, and I've started calling myself an internet entertainer because webcam modeling is a fickle B word. Truly, because it's just so on and off, it one moment it ebbs, then next moment it flows. So, but yes, and so I've been doing that since 2021. Before 2021, I still had a webcam account. I made the webcam account in 2020, and before that I was just kind of Instagram thoughting, Instagram whoring. So, but I remember my first year of cam, I had a bunch of different people in my webcam chat room that were just chopping it up. They wanted to just hang out. I mean, initially that's kind of what it was. I was just hanging out and chatting. I would put on these cute little outfits. It didn't necessarily become full on sexual until maybe like a year in, maybe so. I mean, I was doing like private shows and such. A lot of the business that was lucrative was offline. It was video calls off the site. But somehow or another, this guy pursued me and did like some business with me. I believe it was just like content sale. If I'm not mistaken, he was tipping me on this site, like on the cam site, but then also he moved to Snapchat and we did business there as well. And I, starting out, wasn't very, I guess, seasoned on the whole content thing. I wasn't selling content on the site specifically. I probably had like a few videos up that were like more so just like teasing videos, nothing super serious and risque, like super risque, flashing, you know, stuff like that. And I remember like this username just being super persistent. And I was just like, okay, bet, you know, cool, I'm making coin. I would be on super late at night. And one thing I noticed, and actually I've been talking about it in my live streams on YouTube, I've noticed on cam a lot of local people. I mean, I've noticed that since I started. Let's see if this is cool. Oh, it's so good. This doesn't need any sweetener. This one, the sweet and spicy, needs no sweetener at all. It is wonderful. But I would stay on super late. I was pulling like swing shifts. I was going on early evening, sometimes even afternoon, and then just kind of getting a feel for things. And then I would go on, like I'd take a break and then I'd go back on until late at night, even on weekdays. And it was like super early in the morning, probably 2, 3 a.m. when I got off, and he was on my Snap, this person, and wanted another video for sale. And I didn't really like pay any mind. I'm like, okay, cool, you know, shoot me on the Cash App or whatever it was at the time. And it wasn't until after he received the video that he was so aroused that he was like, do you want to see what I look like? You know, do you want to see me? And I'm like, sure. You know, he showed me initially from the chest down, the first snap. It was like a snap, and it was like some just bullshit burner account, right? And I was like impressed. I was impressed, I won't lie. I was like, damn, okay, for sure. And then the next snap he sent me featured his face. And lo and behold, I'd seen this guy before. I'd interacted with him in person probably less than a handful of times. And actually, like, I tried to figure out how the fuck he found my cam site, right? And to be fair, too, I'm like, I was never attracted to this person at all. No offense at all, but it just wasn't like that. And then, of course, finding out how very well equipped he was, I was like looking at him a little bit differently. But I was still like, I know who you are. I know who you've been affiliated with. And like, I don't really want any part of it. This is strictly business, and I made a cool dollar off of you. Okay, so, but I didn't really contemplate how he found my cam site. I was obviously like kind of dumbfounded and I played it off. I was cool. I can be very cool, calm, and collected in situations like that. And little did I know, it wouldn't be the first time that someone local or someone personal would encounter me in a very intimate way, in a business aspect like that. But I remember at the time too, I was super adamant on, you know, advertising my cam site with my escorting ads. And I was doing escorting my first year of camming. So I was assuming maybe he found me that way because he was a local person. I'm like, you literally live like not that far from me. This is very interesting. And this was also someone who was in a relationship, or he wasn't in a relationship with a girl at the time, but he at one point was in a relationship with someone who I considered a good friend, who I hadn't talked to in years. So of course, and I don't go prying, and this is just business, right? It's my cam show. It was my livelihood. It was how I was making my money. So I have no business going and running and telling anyone, you know. I'm not like that. Confidentiality is something to be taken very seriously in this industry. I don't violate confidentiality at all. And I found it to be just the most perplexing thing. I'm like, so what? Like, and I still don't understand, because I do get a lot of local people in my cam show. I know that I was talking about this wonderful cam model that I was kind of cam stalking, who was in Canada, and she seemed to have been getting a lot of local people in her area too. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the servers or the algorithms or whatnot. I do know that when you do stream an OBS on the campsites, the campsite in particular, that you can choose what server to use, and sometimes it'll have different locations. It'll show what's more fast and what's kind of less recommended and what's more local. I just stream on the fastest one, or at least I was streaming on whatever was the global fastest whatever. I don't really know the settings too well even still. So I don't know if that plays a part in it. I'm just gonna assume the initial idea, which was that he just found me through my escorting ad and then started watching my cam that way. I really don't know. But it was kind of interesting seeing how many local people there really were who would tap in. And I don't really remember. I don't think I really kept him on my Snap. I think after that little escapade, I ended up blocking. I don't know if he made another account. People tend to do that actually quite often in this realm of existence, in this realm of the internet, in this working industry. But let's just say I was very perplexed. I was very taken aback. I mean, I didn't expect that at all, but it certainly helped out my business, and that's all that I really cared about at the time. Seeing as though I was in this like weird survival state, so I was kind of like, hey, cool. So I still haven't talked to that girl in a very long time, and like I said, they had already been broken up for a long time, but I kind of had to sit and wonder, like, wait, where do I know this fucker from? Well, he was a friend's boyfriend. So, ay. Anyways, let it be known that you just never know who's going to come into your campsite or your side of the internet, truly. And when it comes to business, it's business. Period. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or video requests, feel free to email me. My email is naudiaexotica@gmail.com. Follow all my links at naudiaexotica.com. And also don't forget to read my blog, which is naudiascuriotrove.com/blog. And until the next video, you guys, you will be hearing from me very soon.